Well, welcome to the very first segment of Tier List, and we're going to start the franchise off with Predator. And Predator franchise is absolutely one of my top 10 of all genre franchises. It's right up there with Alien. Brilliant.
There is something else. When the big man was killed, you must have wanted it. Its blood was on the leaves.
If it bleeds,
we can kill it.
Absolutely. So when Prey just came out the other day, the 7th movie in the franchise, if you include Alien vs. Predator 1 and 2, the Prey got us back on track. So I am fucking excited. So with that being said, I'm going to do a tier list because I did rankings and people got really confused because when one is ranked higher than the other, they think there's a big gap. I'm like, dude, there's like 3 movies that are just so close with each other where you can really go back and forth, but there's not much gap difference. And with a tier list, you can really show another way of how you look at the movies. So my tier list, category-wise, is 5 colors. Yellow is the best, and we'll go all the way down to the bottom. So you got yellow, which is your classic top of the mound. Green, that's your solid as fuck, near the top, and I like to call it welcome to prime time.
big break in TV. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
Some of these have names, some of them have not got names yet. In the middle, you have blue, which is your enjoyable, rewatchable. Red, that's when they got a few things right, but mostly all wrong. And then black, I like to call dead.
It says you're a dead fuck. What? A dead fuck?
Fuck. Which is, why the fuck am I watching this? And if I'm watching this, it's because I'm forced to watch it. Just like I'm doing a franchise rankings. Whew. There's some movies where I just, yeah. So that is how I'm going to categorize this for you guys. And I'm going to start off with just like how Cody Leach does his tier list. I'm going to do my things something different, but something kind of like his. To the point where the only thing I'm going to really do the same is I'm going to start off, from the very first movie and work way down the franchise and just go that direction. So that's about the only thing I'm going to keep the same with his. So let's start with your 1987 classic Predator.
Sprinkles for Prancer! Sprinkles for Prancer! Blitzing's down! I need help! No! 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 Santa! Santa!
And I am going to have to go with yellow, of course. This is almost an obvious, no-brainer, classic, top of the mountain, Mount Rushmore, just, This movie is one of those movies where it bends that action, sci-fi genre to the point where it's still hard to do it today. It's 2022, and that was 1987. And they fucking did brilliantly. And people try that, like, with action and horror, like Robert Rodriguez, Dawn Before. From Dusk Till Dawn, where they start out action and go horror. That was a big nod to that. And you really haven't seen much else, really. And whatever there is, it hasn't nothing come close to that. But of course, what's great about that movie is you have Arnold Schwarzenegger. And you think of Arnold Schwarzenegger. This isn't an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Because when I think of it, I think of all the alpha males. I think of actually The Predator, how The Predator looked. Stan Winston did a fantastic job at creating that Predator. I'm so glad they had original Predator. They saw it, they filmed it with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and like, nope, not going to work. We want a new Predator. Here comes Stan Winston, and this is what you get. Brilliant.
Beautiful effect for its day. But we had to, for the beginning of the shoot, make a red version because red is the opposite of green on the color wheel. They're being shot against green in the jungle. So Jean-Claude comes in, and we're fitting him in this red suit, and just assuming, like the slaves that we are, that the higher-ups have told him exactly what's going on. But He thought this was actually the real look of the monster in the movie. And he goes, I hate this. I hate this. I hate it. I look like a superhero. And he was so angry about it. I'm like, Jean-Claude, did no one tell you? It's a cloaking device. You're invisible for half the picture. This is not you, which made him even angrier. Because he thought he could do his martial arts. He could fight Arnold Schwarzenegger. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. He didn't realize that he was just kind of a stuntman, right?
Your sequel, 1990 Predator 2. This one is, well, if you dog on this movie, you're going to have a lot of the older generation really come down hard on you. I figured that out in my rankings, and I totally respect them. I might have ranked it a little bit too low in hindsight. So when I do re-rankings, I might satisfy that group of people. And for that, I'm still going to rank it a blue. It's right in the middle. It's enjoyable. It's rewatchable. I can watch it from start all the way to the finish. No problem. I did it maybe 3 times in the last month. No problem at all. The only thing I don't like about Predator 2 is the fact that you're in the urban environment. It still gets to me. Just when I think of the Predator, I think of hunting. And when I think of hunting, I think of nature. And we're in the urban. But it's great because Danny Glover, Bill Paxton, they carried it. The Predator did look good too. So I am glad for that. But it's just right in the middle. And that's why for the tier list, it's going to get a blue for me.
Sprinkle's call came in from up ahead. Follow me. Answer now!
14 years later, we get Alien versus Predator. And you think 14 years they would have a solid fucking movie by then? Nope. Alien versus Predator is one of those movies where it's like that this movie and Freddy vs. Jason, they are just identical. You have a great idea, you actually have 2 icons together, but the story, the script just was not what you put in all the budget money. But the script, the story, it's one of those things where the money can't buy that. You need to come up with a good story. And it's just like, oh, this is what we come up with. And the fact that the Predators, they look like football, with the shoulder pads, it's nothing like the way that the first, Kevin Peter Hall, he played Predator 1 and 2. Just the way he moved, you didn't have any of that movement at all. And I'm just going to be talking about the Predator side because the Alien side was fantastic in this. But for Alien versus Predator, I'm going to give it a blue. Just barely a blue, which is enjoyable and rewatchable. Just barely, because it was just about to be a red. But what's going to be red next? Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Looks like someone's staying on the naughty list. Larry, light him up!
Ho, 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 you ugly mother.
Larry, you son of a bitch!
3 years later, we actually get a sequel to Alien vs. Predator, which is called Aliens vs. Predator, Requiem. And this was almost a dead fuck, but it's going to be a red color tier list. And the reason why it's not a dead fuck is the cinematography was actually not like it looked good. The CGI, what it was, looked good. But yeah, it was dark as fuck. Yeah, trust me, you can barely see it. But if you put this and Jeepers Creepers 3 up together, Jeepers Creepers 3 is way fucking worse. So this barely stays in the red tier list and almost a dead fuck. It really is. But this is just a franchise embarrassment. It's just like Jason Goes to Hell. It's just like every franchise has that movie where you're just like, I want nothing to do with you. Go away, fuck off. This is that movie where it's just, I only watch this movie is when I do a franchise rankings, and I'm not going to watch this movie anytime soon. The only thing I did like about it, though, was the aliens actually coming to Earth for the first time in that opening scene with hunters. But then you kill a kid off, and that's when it just... Whew. And that one scene in the high school when the aliens in the pool? Yeah. Besides that, nope.
Sprinkles, you're bleeding.
I ain't got time to bleed.
2010, we have Predators, and I actually went and watched this in theater. I was 20 years old. I remember watching this, and I was actually really excited. It was really, I actually really enjoyed this movie, and I still enjoy this movie. Yeah, there's plenty of like, why do we do that? But it's just fresh. It's different. You got all these mixed killers together on an alien planet, which is nice because it's all different stuff. And the camaraderie of them, I actually enjoy that. It's just, like I said, it's different. And it's actually really good all the way. That scared me. I thought it was really good. And then the kind of like the middle part, it kind of stalls a little bit. But then the very end, Adrian Brody, kind of finishes off to a good, decently good movie. It's still for tier list though. It's not green. It's going to be a blue still. It's still enjoyable, rewatchable. It's not solid as fuck. And it's not near the top, like in the green color. It's still in the blue. So it's endurable and rewatchable. And I really do enjoy watching this movie.
Happy holidays, you filthy animals.
Next up, 2018, Shane Black's The Predator. And I'm going straight to red on this. Few things right, mostly all wrong. What they got right was the Predator itself looked really fucking good. When he's strapped down, laying down, he looked great. I love the way the cinematography looked. It looked sharp. The camera looked sharp. Acting was great. The camaraderie was fucking awesome and so funny. This was the funniest movie of all the Predator movies. Easily. And you can tell by Shane Black's writing because he wrote the 4 Lethal Weapons and also directed and wrote Iron Man 3. You can just tell. But with that being said, everything else was garbage. Having a kid involved sucked. Back to the military. What the fuck? The story. What the fuck? Of these ex-vets. Like, why are we doing with this shit? No. And then having a big-ass fucking Predator, which was a cool idea. But why? Those are the hot garbage, the reshoots, because the ending, I couldn't imagine what the ending was. Still, the ending, when I watch this movie, it's hard to get to the ending. It really is. It's one of those movies where it's like, I'll put it on while I'm doing laundry, and that's about it. And that's why this motherfucker gets a red color for a tier list.
Ho, ho, holy sh...
All right, we have Prey that just came out a couple weeks ago, 2022. And this, well, it suits its color. It gets to green. It's the only one that gets to green, and it's solid as fuck. It's near the top of the franchise, and it's Welcome to Primetime, baby. Welcome to Primetime, baby. Prey. Franchise is back. That's how you bring the franchise back, is that movie Prey. The way it reminds me of The Revenant, the video game Far Cry Primal. Beautiful cinematography with those long continuous shots like the Netflix movie Outlaw King. Beautiful, just long shots, the music, the score. The Predator was the same but way different. And yeah, the CGI for the animals completely fucking sucked. I can live with it. Again, the budget was the budget, and hopefully with the sequel, we can just have a killer Prey movie where it's multiple native tribes with going against multiple predators. Please, that would be amazing. All right, Section Monkeys, that is my tier list. My first time doing this as a segment. Down the road, it'll change. It'll get better. We'll do more of it. Hopefully, we get more Predator movies so we can do this over and over and over again. Thank you for watching this. And if you want to put in the comments below, what is your guys' tier list? I would love to find out. I'm really curious. Until then, sexy monkeys, I hope you all have a good day.